What's going on, guys? We're gonna be doing a little bit of fishing today with me, Amir, Carlos, Evangelina,
What's going on, guys?
and Carlos, Amir behind the camera.
That's Amir.
And so today we're gonna show you how to rig up a wacky rig from start to finish. We're gonna pick out a rod for Amir, get the line, and show you how to put it all together from beginning to end. So there's not a lot of videos out there like that. So we'll keep it sweet and short with you. We won't talk too much, but we'll go ahead and head inside Walmart and start picking out some stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're hooking up Amir with this one. Same exact setup I have. 6/8 medium power, 8 to 12 pound line or lure. 8 to 12 pound line, 1/8 to the ½ ounce lure. We're gonna be throwing a wacky rig on it though. The tip is pretty stiff, so you can feel those bites. There's not gonna be any slack in there. It's just my favorite way to throw a wacky rig. All right, then we're gonna do Yozuri 30 pound, just to be safe. I usually get 20. They're out of 20s. But the lighter you go with your braid, the further you're gonna be able to cast. But we're gonna play it safe with this one. We're gonna get the 30 instead of the 15. And then we're gonna get a fluorocarbon leader. All right, for my wacky rigs, I usually get 10 pound Berkeley Vanish for the wacky rig. On a fluke, I'll use the 12, but in this case, we're going to get the Vanish 10 pound line for the leader. We're going to get fluorocarbon because, yeah, it's stretchy, but in my opinion, it's invisible underwater. Not in my opinion, it's a fact. So we're going to go ahead and get this. All right, we're also going to hook them up with these super needlepoint all-purpose bait hook. I use these for wacky rigs, weightless wacky rigs. These work fine, 1/0 size. I like to go, I wouldn't say this is larger, but it's definitely not smaller. So this is what we're gonna use. So Amir chose the Yum Dingers here, watermelon on pearl. It looks more like a natural bass color to me. He has a good feeling. I have plenty of all these colors, so he just got a little different of a color. All right, we got pretty much everything laid out here for what you need to set up your wacky rig. So the pole ran about 60 bucks at Walmart. Lose rod and reel. It's pretty quality. Then you're gonna run about $5 a pack for these, these wacky rigs. They're a stick bait, I guess you would call them. They're just a straight worm. $5 a pack. Hooks about $5 a pack as well. And then your fluorocarbon is gonna run $10 or $12 depending on which one you get. I get the Berkeley Vanish. I've caught a 12 pounder on them and plenty of big fish on this Vanish Berkeley. And then I just recently started using the Yozuri. I don't really have a preference when using braid. But I do think Yozuri is pretty good. And like I said, the lower you go with your braid on a weightless setup, lower rating, the farther you're gonna be able to cast. But obviously the weaker your line's gonna be. So we got everything laid out here and I'll show you how to put it all together. Also forgot to mention, this Yozuri braid's about 10 or 15 bucks, I can't remember, but not gonna break the bank. You're gonna spend 80, 90, maybe $100 on everything. All right, so first thing with spinning reel is you can't just put straight braid on there. What'll happen is the braid will actually spin on here. So when you're reeling, you're not gonna gain any line. It's gonna mess everything up. So you have to start with either fluorocarbon or monofilament, beginning. So what I do is, you have the bail closed, just open it up, get that out the way, and you just wrap it around this reel here, just like this. Tie any basic little knot. You should never get down to, all the way down to this base anyways, so the knot doesn't really matter, in my humble and honest opinion. So I'll just do the easiest one. Get tight there. Got our pliers. Snip that off. All right, close your bail. Get a friend that you trust to hold the line here, not super tight. All right, let it come through. All right, and then just get, like I said, you don't need too much. This is just to help the braid from slipping. So I'll probably go that far. You can look on there. There's not a whole lot of line. right. And now, we're gonna snip it here. All right, so now we're gonna tie, I think it's called an Alberto knot. It's how you join braid and fluorocarbon together. Let me open up his braid. We're gonna tie an Alberto knot here. If you can't see very well in the video, there's plenty of other YouTube videos that explain how to tie this knot. But you take your fluorocarbon in your left hand, pull it through, make a loop like that. And then you're gonna take your braid here, run it through that loop. Give yourself a generous amount of line to work with. And then so we have that loop there. Grab here, I'm gonna start twisting around the fluorocarbon, the 2 lines of fluorocarbon. About 5 times is enough. And then I'm gonna stop, turn it back the other way, and just twist over my other line, or my, the twist I just made. I'm just going back. All right, so then once you get back, you look at which way your braid entered in this loop, and you're gonna have your tag end go through the opposite way. And then you're gonna grab your tag end and then your main line and hold on to, see you got it nice and tight there. Hold on to your 2 braided line, or your 2 fluorocarbon down here. Keep it not super tight yet. You wanna get this line wet so that it can slip into the knot. Just give it a nice lick there. Then grab all 4 lines, pull together, and then boom, we have our Alberto knot there. So now what we do is you take your tag ends that you have, you get it nice and tight. I run the line of the knife down until I hit the knot. Grab your other tag end, get it tight, run down till you hit the knot. Boom, you have your Alberto knot there. Give it a nice pull, make sure she's not gonna come off there, but that's what your Alberto knot should look like.
Looks good.
All right, and so now we can grab a wet paper towel. All right, so we get our paper towel here. Luckily we're at the water, so get it wet. And then you're going to get your line here, wrap that, pinch that braid on there so that it has to run through this wet paper towel. And so squeeze pretty tight. You don't want all this to be super loose, so squeeze pretty tight. Get some tension on there. You want the line wet so they can kind of form to the reel, and when you cast, it doesn't just sporadically undo itself and you get a bunch of knots and blah blah blah. It's just a nightmare. So get the line wet, and it helps wipe off that dye that they have in there. Helps wipe that off too. So we're gonna put a generous amount on here. The more you get on there, the further it's gonna cast as well. Not necessarily the more, but once you get right up to that, there's a little lip here, so you can kind of see how much you gotta put on. But the closer you get to that, the farther it's gonna cast as well. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so that's probably enough. That's plenty. All right. So I'll take my line once again, and I'm going to cut it. All right, then we're doing the Alberto knot again with our 10 pound, which is enough for a wacky rig in my opinion. You don't have to set the hook super duper hard when you're throwing a wacky rig. The hook's already exposed. But same Alberto knot that we showed earlier. There's your Alberto knot again. That's what it should look like. If it's all jumbled together and messed up, you messed up the wrapping part. You don't want to overlap your line too much. That just keeps it as small as possible so that it doesn't hit your eyelets and get caught up in your eyelets. You're still going to feel it a little bit in your eyelets, but it shouldn't cause any issues. All right, and so now at this point, I like to get a few feet. Because you got to cut, retie all the time whenever these fish bite and they fray your line. You have to cut and retie a lot. So I would be generous with the amount of fluorocarbon you put on. And plus, it'll help them not see your braided line. So we got a generous amount here. All right, So now we just have our fluorocarbon tag in here. Like I said, this is weightless, so there is no weights.
Hey Trev.
Yeah.
Do you want to run it through the eyelets first before you tie your...
That's a great idea. All right, so we ran the line through the eyelets like Evangelina suggested. I almost forgot and tied everything on without doing that.
Oh, somebody just right there.
All right, so we got our super dope little hooks here. I've used these hooks before. Good hooks. All right, more of like a drop shot kind of hook, but it works. It works.
Oh yeah, they're chasing.
So this is how I'm going to do this knot. Ran it through the eyelet, obviously.
We'll jump out of the water. And
I'm going to pinch here.
Just cast it right past it.
And then I'm going to take this tag in line and wrap it around.
Good job, good job.
Once again, about 5 times. A little more is fine, it doesn't really matter. Then you have that original hole that you pinched together. You're going to run it through that. And then grab your tag end. Cinch the little loophole you made, so pull it. So you got that hole there. Run it through. And then there you are. But I would obviously get it wet before it gets too tight, so they can slip into place. Once I get it right about there, I have plenty of tag end. I just pull it and use my nail to pinch down. There. And then there we go. Take my knife again. Run it up there. We're pretty much set up there. This is optional, but I definitely do use these. It helps save a lot of your worms. You know, them fuckers are expensive. They're about $1 a piece nowadays. They only come with like 5 in a pack, or at least Gary Yamamoto's doing there at $5, so $1 a piece. So they're expensive. So I get these little rubber, like O-ring type deals. You see here, and then we'll take our worm here, run it through. Right about there, right in the middle. That's where you want to be. And your worms are going to be oily. It's a good thing. So we have our worm with the O-ring. We have our hook. We're just going to go right there and right out. And then there you go. You have your wacky rig all set up. It does take a while to fall, so work it really slow. I usually let it fall, bump it 2 times, let it fall for another 5 seconds or so, bump it again. And if they don't hit it after then, it's probably best to reel in and recast, because if they don't hit it on that second fall, they're probably not going to hit it. But this is not a bait that you throw and retrieve all the way. You just hit a spot for 10 seconds and then cast to the next one. So we'll get up here and we'll get started. Boat's trying to come in, so we'll get out this guy's way.
Beautiful fish. Yeah. Get the net, get the net.
Psych.
Nice job.
On the wacky rig.
This one's a weighted wacky rig.
Oh, weighted.
I'm just trying to say that it's different than what they're throwing.
He's pretty big.
But this hook likes to bend, so I hate throwing it. But yeah, he's a nice
Put it to my
pound
chest.
and a half.
So, how big is he?
Pound and a half.
Cool.
Little guy.
Nice colors.
See how that hook's kind of in there and it's rubbed against his teeth? You gotta check for frays, and if that hook is inside their mouth like this, I would change the hook every time, because you know you don't want to catch an 8-pounder and then lose them because you didn't retie.
Good job. Get him in. Get him in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bring it in the boat. Don't get it too.
Let's go. Oh my
Woo! Holy
go.
shit.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm fucking
Oh
talking
my goodness. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. look at the difference. Holy shit.
You wanna grab the scale?
Bro, put it in its mouth.
Let's fucking go, boys and girls. Let's fucking go.
Gosh,
we got a 5-pounder here. 5 fucking pounds.
All right, let's
You
release.
recording that
I recorded you landing them, yeah.
the whole time? You're
Yeah,
recording?
yeah, I got it. Not you hooking it though.
Oh, really?
Here, Dan. Here, get down, babe, so it doesn't fall.
Dude, that bitch.
A win is a win, though.
You said 5? I said
I
6.
said 4. Oh, yeah, I said 5.
Oh, 4. Wow. Damn.
Good job. She's
A poop. How do you know it's taking a poop?
Ooh.
Job.
Mid shit. Oh, he's trying to eat mid shit.
Here, bro, show it to the GoPro.
Well, now I got a 4-pounder today, Wacky rig. On the Wacky rig, I showed you guys how to hook up.
Good job.
Let's go.
This is good to throw out. Yeah, you can try to go in there even further. That tree is new. That tree wasn't there before. Nice. There you go.
Oh! Oh, dude.
Get him out of there.
Another one.
You guys recorded?
Yeah.
Throw that 2-pounder in.
Good job.
That's about a pounder. That's about a pounder.
That is 2 pounds, dude. That's a 2-pounder.
Think so? I can get him. I can get him.
Dude, that was a fucking awesome hook set, dude.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna
Oh, I
grab.
saw that hook's dangling around.
Yeah, just
Oh,
be careful.
no.
Do you want the pliers?
No, I think I got him.
Here, weigh it. See how much it weighs.
Got it. All right, guys. I'm pretty sure I'm recording.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, you got one too? Oh, do another. Oh, almost another double up. 1.36.
Really?
Yep. It's a good fish. He's very pretty. See you later.
I caught it.
His mouth isn't open, bro.
Alright, guys. As you can see, the Wacky rig is a very simple and effective way to catch some largemouth bass. I mean, I don't know. How many fish did you catch?
I caught 2.
You got 2. Carlos had 3 or 4.
Like 3.
I pulled out like 15 or 16, but who's counting? At this end of the day,
It's all about fun.
yeah, I mean, who got the 4-pounder? I mean, we're not keeping track, but as you can see, we use the Wacky rig all day pretty much. At the end, I use the drop shot, but most of those fish came from the Wacky rig. Super easy, super simple. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment what you want us to do next, something you want to learn, or just anything. Give us a comment. We'll reply down there. Maybe make a video on it. Take care.